Just left the old doctors a little while back, and now heading off to First Choice, see what sort of grog I can find. I didn't even look them up this time, I just sort of go in there. They've always got something decent or special. Worst case scenario, I'll buy some red wine. I'm not sure whether Liquorland's going downhill or not, but I was sure that they had the Tawny Port on special this week, but they didn't have it in special at Cairns Central. Now, I might be wrong, but I was going to double check that. I didn't get back and have a look, but I'll check it when I get back home, because that's pretty bad if they didn't have the one of the major specials there. I couldn't buy it here anyway. It's too early in the day. It's got to be after 4. So I wanted to get that cheap port, but I don't know, I'll have a look around First Choice. I've got a lot of stuff there, so I'll find something I want. Yeah, a lot of planes coming in today. Monday maybe, I don't know. A lot of air traffic. And that definitely looks threatening, that weather ahead. Just heading towards Centrelink on my way to First Choice. Maybe so I should amalgamate the two, might be a bad idea. Anyway, it'd be nice to have some alcohol to go with the meal tonight. Actually, I had some hot chili sauce that I hadn't used for a while. I hadn't used it all, and I used it on my the roast chicken I made, and it really spiced it up. It was great, and I got no bad side effects from it, so I'll do that again. I think it was just a Master Foods hot chili sauce, but it had a bit of a kick to it. I thought I'd put too much in because it sort of flowed out, but it was actually perfect. So it just gives me a bit of extra spice. I mean, I always have that my banh mi oplas when I'm in Vietnam. Always have the chili sauce with the banh mi. It certainly gives it that extra oomph. Quite like. But anyway, not far away now from First Choice. And I'll go back to the old Woolworths, which I think I do prefer, in that at least you can get a person to serve you in the express lane. They don't even have that facility in the new Woolworths I went to yesterday, so at Cairns Central. So lots of roadworks and pathworks, keeping the council employees busy, that's for sure. Everywhere you go in the city you've got crap happening like this. Wouldn't want to be doing it during summer though. Be hard yakka. Well, I grabbed myself a Guinness on the way back from First Choice, then I went to Woolworths, and obviously I get there a bit worried they're going to lose a bit of custom from the new store, because there was one guy there saying, yeah, please come and shop with us. I mean, really, it makes sense too, because so many people were shopping there yesterday that they were going to lose their another plane. Got a lot of them today. Yeah, we're going to lose a fair bit of their clientele, because lots of families were shopping at the Cairns Central store, and I think probably the other entity is going to get hurt is going to be Coles, because if it was that popular, I'm sure that'll be taking a few customers off Coles as well. So I do not be surprised if the Woolworths in Lake Street eventually gets closed down, because they'll probably think there's only room for one store, which is a bit of a shame, because, as I said, I appreciate the fact that they have a human being actually doing the express checkout lane, whereas they don't at the new one. It's all machines, and that's the way they're going. They want to get rid of people as soon as they possibly can. All part of the cost-cutting exercise, and I think it stinks. But you know, I've got because I've got bad eyesight, I prefer not to use the machines anyway. They're a pain in the backside, and they never seem to work for me anyway. So I always seem to have hassles with them. apparently there's a lot of shoplifting that occurs because of the automatic systems as well, although they generally have them fairly well staffed, those areas, probably for that reason. So it's a trade-off between cutting costs and putting up with increased shoplifting. So that's the balance. I shouldn't have to wait too long to get across the lights now. I know what the signal's like. Once they do the turning signal, that's always, the next thing will be me getting the go-ahead to walk across. So timing was pretty good today. I went by the strict lights because they've got people working on the crossing because of the school. So they're in force today. And I had to sit right at the back of the bus too, coming in from the city to Parramatta Park. I had to go right to the end because none of the seats closer were available. So I mean, when I got off, even though it was only a couple of stops, I had to go all the way down the bus. Also, when I went to have the Guinness, which went down very nice, I might say, seeing it's so humid today, I had to actually check in, and the guy, the South African guy, was on duty, and he gave me a tablet. I just filled in my name and address and phone number for the tracing. So the previous day I didn't even bother doing it, no one cared. So I think people are going to basically say stuff all this stuff. It's over the top. It's all about government control. And he was actually dubious that South Africa would actually open their international borders in July. He didn't think they would, and he's probably right. And I don't think they will in Australia either. What's the betting? They're going to extend the March deadline that they've already got. You can count on it. They just love having their minions under their thumb, basically. It's pretty bad. It's not a nice world we're living in. I never expected things to go this way. I didn't realise how privileged we were to be able to travel internationally, but now I know it was really a blessing to be able to do it. Hi guys, it's a mild summer's day, bit of overcast weather, which makes it quite pleasant for walking, just going to get down to Cairns Central. Before I do that, a couple of little gripes. I've got my neighbours downstairs have got noisy once more. They were talking really loud outside in the balcony. That's where I can hear from my bedroom, and till about 3 a.m. at least. And I actually changed rooms, so it's just so loud. I tried to sleep on the second bed, but that didn't go down so well. So I sent a message to the body corporate, also about our security gate, which is an absolute joke, the pedestrian one. It's useless. And yeah, just these are the guys working on the bloody on that retail outlet that keeps creating more noise. The good news is I think I finally got a painter through Airtasker, because a friend of mine who lives in Brisbane, he's used Airtasker because he sort of runs units and he has to get repair work done, and he's used Airtasker a number of times. It's worked out well. So I tried them. And I got two people straight away that offered to do the job at the price that so you actually put, the thing I don't like about it, you have to put your own budget in. So I actually put $1,000 to have the 5 ceilings done with one coat, and I put photos in there, and I got 2 replies. One of the guys has got good reviews, and he rang me back last night. So he's going to come around tomorrow at 1 o'clock, check out the place. Looks like it's actually happening, because I really want to sell my flat and move to the beaches. The only complication there is that now I've been buying shares, because shares are such much better investment than cash, that I'll have to probably sell some of the shares if I want to buy a particular place. But it's going to be a few months ahead, so in the interim, why not pick up some dividends during the reporting season, which I bought some CIM stock, which is an engineering company that I've owned in the past, and they took a huge hit yesterday because they weren't paying as high dividends as what people wanted. They're still paying 60 cents a share, and I've ended up getting 1,500 shares, so I'm going to get $900 as a dividend payment in a month or two, which is, there's no way to get that as far as the interest on cash is concerned. So I'm converting a lot of my cash into shares. I've just bitten the bullet, and there's a few opportunities out there too, some fairly low valued stocks that I've certainly got plenty of potential to grow. And of course the frustration of being an investor is that I bought two lots of that CIM shares yesterday because the price kept dropping, so I got at a lower price at the end of the session than I did when I first purchased in the beginning of the session. Today I bought some because it looked like it had stabilised around a certain level. As soon as I bought them, the bloody price drops, and that is the typical experience of an investor. It's almost as if the market is actually out to get you. It really feels like it. So yeah, not overly impressed, but that's just typical of being an investor. And remember, it's called the institutions are the ones with all the power to manipulate the market. The individual investor's got no sway really. So you just that's why the only way to sort of get a fair price, I think, is to buy shares in packages, and you get them at different prices. You smooth out the price you get overall, because the CIM shares have dived again now to the Savo. They could be down another 3%, so I might as well buy another lot of it, so I'll have 2,000 shares. I don't mind. I like the company and I think it's undervalued. It actually had a recommendation saying it was undervalued I think I'll let me through you prior to me actually buying them. There was actually a recommendation saying they were undervalued before that even had that huge drop. I mean, it was around 15 to 17% in their price. It's quite a big drop in one day, and a big overreaction, I think, to them cutting dividends. I think it's crazy. Like, I've owned these stocks before and they've been fine, and so I'm confident that I've made a good purchase there. I feel much more comfortable buying shares in a company that I've actually owned shares in previously. You just got to feel for what the shares do. The big star performer for me has been Insurance Australia Group. I only bought a few shares in them, but they've been absolutely 2,000 shares, but at a low price at $4.80, and they've just gone bang. They've gone up about about $1 up. So that's a huge jump, and I'm 1,000 in profit already just with that stock I bought about 10 days to 2 weeks ago. It's unusual. I'm not complaining. They're also going to pay very good dividends, ridiculously good dividends. I don't think I must have misread them, because it sounds like they're going to pay $1 a share. If I got 2,000 shares, that's 2,000 in divs. It doesn't make sense. I must have misread it. That's way too generous, but they have had a huge build in their price, so that's been a dream share to buy, and unfortunately I only bought one lot of them. I'm kicking myself now, but that's again typical investors. You always try to get everything right, and you can't. It's a totally imperfect world. The irrational investors, it's impossible to exactly work out what's going on. Quite damp around here, as you can see. We had a lot of rain at night again, and as I say, it's a little humid, but it's not too, the temperature's low, there's no sun. It's quite a pleasant time to walk. It's late morning, and I'll go to the new Woolworths down the end, then pick me up some cheap gin at Liquorland down the other end of Cairns Central. The pricing of Beefeater gin has got me totally beat. It's now $42 at Liquorland, and it's at about $52, I think it is, at First Choice. Although First Choice have got their Jameson special again, Jameson's Irish whiskey for $44, which is a good price. So swings and roundabouts. So at least there's discounts happening. You just got to be selective to save money. So and the same principles apply to the stock market. I mean, it's just another market, and the thing is, buy low, sell high. Pretty fundamental stuff. Oh, I felt sorry for investors who are in a mob called VTG, I think they're called. They're the actual retail outlet for Telstra, and Telstra is going to take over that function themselves. So their stock dropped around 27% today. Wouldn't you feel sick if you're an investor seeing that? And that may be just the first day of 2 days, because generally when there's a downturn it can take 2 days, like with CIM. So yeah, tough times. But what I'm happy about CIM is that I'm getting these low prices prior to them actually paying dividends. So that's a pretty good timing, really. And actually I think the dividends they're paying is pretty well equivalent to what the bank is. So it may even be better. So I don't know why the investors are pissed off. But then again, they can be very irrational. So I wouldn't worry about it. It's basically a madhouse. I think that's what Warren Buffett said, that, you know, it's like some maniac is in control when it comes to the day-to-day machinations of the stock market. Totally insane. But it can work in your favour if you keep your cool and you know you've got a good company and you paid a fair price. Just stick with it. Stick with fundamentals and you'll be okay. It's starting to rain now, but I'm going undercover luckily, so that's fairly good timing. That's me. Half cup full rather than empty. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you think there's anything there of use to you, or entertainment or whatever. And either do that or give me a thumbs up, or if you're feeling really energetic, do both. That'd be great.